What's up, everybody? It's me, E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. In case you haven't noticed, yes, I'm in a slightly different location, mainly because I'm out here doing some projects for y'all, but I could not leave y'all hanging because today we have got to talk about Season 2, Episode 8 of From. Last time we left off, Joker Face appears to actually be dead. Boyd is going to test some of that bile that he found just to see if it might kill the monsters, and Elgin finally decided to take a bath until some creepy ghoul tried to drown him. Okay, we have a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it. Now, before we get started, let me get this off my chest first, because I want to start off by saying that I do not subscribe to the whole theory that that monster ghoul thing that was drowning Elgin was actually Fatima from the future or whatever people are saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, just because the shirt looks similar, it's not the same. It looks similar. And just because it has long black hair, that's not enough evidence for me to just believe that theory. Now, y'all can believe whatever you want, okay? But I would just caution you, okay, to be careful with the theories that you subscribe to and the ones that you run wild with. Because sometimes the theories that we come up with are so much more fantastical than what we actually get from the shows or movies or whatever. And if you put all your hopes and faith into that theory, and if it doesn't pan out, that's going to be on y'all, okay? That's going to be on you and not the show. So like I've always said, when it comes to theory making and stuff, it's cool, it's fun to speculate. Just do it with no weight. Don't put no weight in hopes and dreams that things have to turn out a specific way, because again, if it doesn't, you're going to be sitting here disappointed. And don't go pointing the finger at the show if that is the case. So with that said, now let's jump into it. Kenny is talking with his mom until the phone rings. He picks it up and a strange voice is saying some sort of odd phrase. Kenny quickly hangs up. In the boiling pot that his mom was cooking, Kenny saw a bunch of cicadas flying out and one lands on his arm. Suddenly, the music box appears too. His mom wakes him up from his dream. He looks down and the marking from the bug is still on his arm. Okay, well, this was very different. I mean, this almost seemed like some Nightmare on Elm Street type of stuff with Freddy Krueger or something. I mean, my man's dreaming and now he's finding marks on his body. Like, what? Okay, I mean, I know it was just a dream, but to have the phone ring in this already creepy place, that's already enough, in my opinion. Now, I imagine that this has never happened before, but this is very similar to when Jim overheard the voice over the radio. Could this be the same voice that's now talking to Kenny through his dreams? Now, let's kind of go over what this voice on the phone actually said. When Kenny was listening, the voice said, "They touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free. Here they come for three unless you stop the melody." Okay, so I'm not really sure of what to make of the first line that says, the touch, break, and steal stuff. Maybe we'll learn more about that in the episodes coming up, I guess. Or if you guys have any ideas, please feel free to share them. But the part where it says, "but no one here is free," well, I think that's just the town, right? Like, or maybe it's also the ashy kids that are also trapped here. So I guess that's what that's in reference to. And then the next line was, "Here they come for three." My guess is that the they, or, whatever the they is, I think it's the same they that Martin was warning Boyd about. Now, here's something interesting. Whoever they are, they come for three, right? Now, as for that line, I went back to Season 2, Episode 2, and if you noticed in that scene, Martin was not alone. When Boyd was looking around, there were two other skeletons hanging there. So I'm guessing whoever these woke pronoun monsters are, they get three victims and torture them with COVID worms. So the last line says that, unless you stop the melody, and the only melody I think that we've actually been hearing is the one from the music box. So the strange thing here is that Martin had said that when the song plays or when the music stops, that's when they come after you, or that's when they come for you. But this line and this odd phrasing from this mysterious voice says that, unless you stop the melody, that's when, they'll come or whatever. So I'm wondering, if you stop the music, does that mean the pronoun monster is not going to come? Or when the music stops, that is when they come? I'm getting a little confused, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Jim and Dollar Store Chris Evans put the drone and antenna out to the test. The drone doesn't get a chance to reach maximum height. Chris Evans Jr. insists that there must be an insider or that multiple people could be in on this sinister plot. He also suggests that Jim hasn't seen the murders of the monsters, so it could be possible that they were being killed in other ways. Jim brings up Sarah and her brother's death, but Bootleg Evans isn't hearing it and still plants more seeds of doubt. Okay, so here we go again with this insider theory, and some people I think missed where this all came from, but if you missed it from the last episode, it all came from Captain Not America when he was basically talking about an insider back then. And he's not letting this theory go, you know, like now, even though, bro, like you're right there in the bus that you sleep in, you don't have any blinds or anything like that. So just keep looking out, and I'm pretty sure you'll see what these monsters do all night. Because you remember last time the monsters came, he was sleeping on the floor. He ain't want to come out there like that. They called him. Okay, he had a chance, but he didn't want to go out there. He ain't want them problems. Now, then again, you know, to kind of give him a little credit here, no one has died for a while now, so I could kind of see where his skepticism is coming from. Now, I'm not an expert on drones or anything, but it was kind of odd to me that it couldn't go any higher. Now, I don't know if that antenna was that heavy or if the drone was that weak or whatever, but for those of you that have owned drones or are familiar with them, do you think that maybe the space, the town, because y'all know the town is like an entity, or it can feel things, I guess. Do y'all think the town was kind of preventing the drone from going any higher, or could it just be the fact that it was just too weak? Let me know what you think. Now, going back to discount Chris Evans and his little theory or whatever, some things made a little sense, some not so much. It actually, was kind of like the same thing that Donna said to Jim before. Like, if all these voices that he's hearing, if they actually wanted to help, then they would actually do something a little bit more, or at least show greater effort in actually being helpful. Now, I think the only weird entity so far that has actually been helpful has been the boy in white. However, Bootleg Evans had a little flaw in his logic, because he implied that if there are insiders, then they would have to kill those moles to add to the body count. Now, as the audience, we know that's BS because we saw Father Khatri die and there was nothing suspicious about his death. But you all tell me, do you agree with discount Chris Evans? Let me know if he's making a good point about having a possible mole around. By the way, in case you missed it, I made a whole theory video going over the top suspects on who could possibly be the insider. Make sure you go check that out after watching this video. Tabitha shows Jade the entrance to the tunnels of the monsters. He mentions how they need more information to make sense of what's going on, until it dawns on him that Victor withheld the fact that he too saw the symbol. Other things. He did tell Jade that when Christopher saw that symbol, he changed, not for the better. So it's possible that Victor just doesn't want to mess with the symbol at all. Now, Jade brought up the whole chaos theory thing, and he's right. These things are definitely connected in some way. But the problem is the fact that not enough people are coming together to actually talk about them. So again, as I've been saying for the longest time now, where are these town meetings? When are they going to start having these collaborative sessions and figure these things out? All they got to do is talk. Victor comes over to meet Ethan. He brought him one of his old jackets to wear with the weather getting colder. In return, Ethan gives Victor a picture of himself. He wanted Victor to keep it to remember him by, but Victor doesn't want to take the picture. Ethan pulls the famous "then I won't be your friend" card, and that was all Victor needed to hear. Okay, so there's one thing about this scene that kind of stands out to me. And previously, I told you guys about how there was that theory that's been going around that says that like everyone in the town has some sort of role that they have to play. And, I've told y'all this before, like Jade in the last episode, it looks like Jade is trying to look like Tom, almost wearing a similar, shirt. And now he's becoming the new bartender. I've told y'all that Donna and the bus driver, they share similarities in being two strong female leaders. And they're both at the Colony House too. Well, now it seems like Ethan could become the new Victor. Do you subscribe to the role theory? Let me know what you think down below. Sarah comes back to Boyd and tells him that she wants to go back into the woods to try and help. She knows she doesn't belong. Boyd goes to check in on Ellis. He's surprised at his speedy recovery. Donna comes in to speak with him. He begs her to let Sarah stay in Colony House and to give her some things to do. Donna gives Boyd the rundown about what's been going on and mentions how Elgin almost drowned in his sleep. He tells Boyd that he was dreaming in the bathtub when something pushed him underwater. Thankfully, someone shook him awake before he drowned. Boyd tells Elgin about the bile that he pulled from Jokerface, and Elgin suggests that he should probably make some silver bullets. Okay, look, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a little concerned about Sarah. I mean, she's right though. Like, no one in town likes her. They don't want her to be there, and it's hard. I get it. Like, it's kind of hard to trust someone who claims to hear voices and was the reason why multiple people died and killed her own brother. You know, I mean, she's giving me the impression that she's ready to just run out into the woods and end it all or something, you know. But I do like the fact that she's very adamant about trying to at least help. Moving on to Boyd, do y'all see what I've been saying about this place and how it affects human bodies? I've told y'all that this place has some sort of strange effect on people in this town. Ethan's leg healed up real fast. Boyd's Parkinson seems to be progressing quickly. Now Ellis's stab wound just so happens to heal up quickly. I mean, so much that the resident doctor is even surprised. Yeah, something is up here. And like I said before, this is making me believe that Fatima's pregnancy is probably going to be something that happens really quickly. Now, as for Elgin, this seems to be more of a pattern that we're seeing. The music box is showing up in people's dreams. I mean, we just had Marielle the last episode, now Elgin, and now Kenny. However, both Elgin and Kenny are actually being physically impacted or injured in some way. And like I said, I do not believe that was Fatima that was drowning him. Yo, shout out to Elgin for coming up with the whole silver bullet thing. I was a little unsure as to how exactly they could use the bile, you know, on the bullets. Like, do you just dip them? Do you put some in there? Like, I don't really know. Personally, I was thinking that they could go old school with it. Matter of fact, they have some playing darts that they have, I think it's in the bar. I'm like, man, y'all could have dipped them darts, you know what I'm saying, and just pop them like right there and see what happens, you know, why not? Or listen, you can go super old school, and I'm talking about back to the motherland. Look, get you a bamboo stick, get some like some darts or something, some sticks, dip them in that bile, stick it in that bamboo stick, do a little quick drive-by, and poof. Ethan told Victor about the internet, but he didn't believe him. He looks inside of one of the pockets of the musty jacket and finds a toy. Victor has a flashback about his mother. Jade comes in berating Victor about not telling him about the symbol and the tunnels. He implores that all of the information Victor knows matters, and it's all people got trust issues with Victor. Oh, see, this makes me think that Victor has either been here so long that he's got some sort of Stockholm syndrome or something with this place. Or, I don't know, maybe he really is the mole. Maybe he is the insider or something. I don't know. But I'm sorry, I can't mess with nobody that does not have a vested interest in getting the hell up out of this town. I'm sorry, Victor. I'm done, man. I'm done. Jim and janky Chris Evans confront Sarah in the church. She tells him that she was traveling from Pennsylvania and heading to Boston. Just then, Donna walks in to bring Sarah some clothes to clean. She tells Jim and Chris Not Evans to leave, but not before he gets all in her face. Jim tells him that they need to go watch the monsters. He suggests that they go do that inside his RV at night and see what the monsters are actually up to. Okay, so I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but there does seem to be an ongoing pattern when it comes to the backstories for the people that come into this town. Now, either they come starting a new chapter in their lives, or they're coming from some sort of past trauma. Now, again, listening to Sarah's story throughout the series, it sounds like she was in a problematic situation until her brother Nathan came back to bring her home. So she's going to fall into probably more of the traumatic side. Now, I already don't like Chris Not Evans. I've told y'all this before, but you know what? My man was starting to make a little bit of sense here. Donna did just show up out of nowhere. Coincidence? But I do like Jim's proposal here to watch the monsters. It is possible that they might be able to see something, but right now, I'm not sure what he thinks they'll find. The monsters come out of their hole, walk around, and then they just go back before daytime. But I guess we'll see how that goes. He tells Julie that he's going to stay the night in the RV just so that she doesn't worry about him. Donna confronts him about how he approached Sarah. She warns him to stop giving Chris Not Evans any more crazy ideas. Meanwhile, Boyd visits Kenny and tells him about Elgin's silver bullet idea. They both head to the clinic and find Marielle distressed. When they go downstairs to the boiler room, they go check in on Joker Face's body. They can hear some crawling noises in the room, and Boyd barges in. Something is moving on Joker Face's body under the cover, and it turns out to be a bunch of cicadas that were crawling all over. Kenny says that he had a dream about those very same cicadas. He mentioned the music box, and then all of a sudden, Donna shows up. Okay, what the hell is going on? Like, first, we couldn't find the worms that were put in the Joker Face's body, but now there are a bunch of cicadas crawling around. Like, so now I'm wondering, was it like a bunch of larvae or something that we thought were worms, but then they turned into cicadas? And second of all, why aren't y'all Kirk Franklin stomping the mess out of these things? Like, I would go grab me a spray can. I don't know if there's any Raid, but I go grab a spray can and a lighter, and poof, these suckers finna be extra crispy, okay? I'm not playing with all these bugs. But you don't know what kind of disease these things might cause either. Ugh, no, it's time to get rid of that body. Nah, not if it's coming up with bugs like that. Anyway, these things are like happening in Kenny's dream, and they also managed to hurt him. So something is happening here that's raising the stakes. All this started right after they killed Joker Face. So I wonder if it's like an airborne thing, or maybe it's even a new threat. All right, now given the fact that people are now finally seeing the music box, I think whatever captured Martin and started torturing him has probably followed them into the town, and or maybe it's coming. And by the way, do y'all notice how Donna just so happens to keep showing up just at the right time in this episode? First, it was when Sarah was getting grilled, and now it's right when they find a new discovery with Joker Face's body. I'm just saying. She's looking mighty suspect. Victor reminisces about his mother giving him some crayons. She hugged him and told him to stay there until morning. She runs out the cellar and closes the door. Tabitha visits him and asks why he lied about seeing the symbols. He said that people don't come back who go looking for answers. However, he does mention that there are some other pictures around that probably could help. He brings her to a car and admits that he's afraid to remember. Tabitha said, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna need you to be brave so we can get up out of here. Victor pops open the trunk and immediately starts having flashbacks about his mother. Inside the trunk are more pictures drawn in crayon. As Victor continues to remember his mother, he finds a picture with another girl's name on it next to his. That's when it dawned on him that he had a long forgotten sister. First off, let me just say shout out to Scott McCord for delivering a very solid performance as Victor. I mean, this guy has really been like giving us layers when it comes to Victor. And in case you didn't see it, like when I did have my interview with him, I remember him saying that, you know, there was a lot more for us to learn about Victor. And he was not lying. He was not lying. But you mean to tell me my man's had a whole sister and you just forgot about her? Like, oh, your whole sister? I mean, geez, Louise, how traumatized you gotta be to forget a whole family member like this? So I'm guessing his sister from the picture, Eloise, probably got killed with his mom. But just like Victor, she also drew a bunch of pictures too. Now, when it comes to the pictures, I think there are a few things that we should look at. One of the pictures showed a guy drawn in brown crayon over on the bottom right-hand corner with what looks like a gun. He was shooting a bunch of people. And this is very similar to what we saw with Abby when she started shooting a lot of people in town. Then in the same shot, there's what looks like a tree with things hanging from it. It looks like it's upside down. I think this may be the same tree that Boyd and Sarah ran into when they were out in the woods and found all those bottles hanging in the tree. Another image that was interesting was the picture of the Black Union soldiers. Last time we saw one of them was in season 1 when Jade had his vision. The soldier there seemed a lot more aggressive, but what's interesting here is that the picture drawn by Victor's sister, these soldiers seem a lot more friendly. So maybe she's had a better experience with these soldiers, who knows? Then lastly, right when Victor was looking at the picture of him and his sister, right under that was a picture of a bunch of smiley faces. I could be reaching here, but I feel like those might have been those unkept Onkui kids or something.
Onkui.
I don't know, but what do you all think about this brand new sister revelation? And was there anything in the pictures that you picked up? Anything stand out to you at all? Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Boyd levels with Donna and tells her about the things they found in Joker Face's body. She's upset with him for taking so long to tell her about this. When he shows her the body, all of the cicadas have now disappeared. Boyd isn't buying it because they closed the door. They finally decide to burn the body. Boyd said that because of the threat of being attacked in dreams, people should probably start sleeping in shifts. Meanwhile, Randall is being a true creeper and spying on everyone. Look, now, I'll be the first to say that Boyd can get a little annoying when it comes to his delay in relaying information. I'll admit that. But I think Donna could cut my man a little slack, just a little bit right now. However, where the hell are them cicadas at? Not even one? I don't hear no buzzing, no buzz, chip, nothing? Nowhere? Oh, hell no. No. That is not okay. You mean to tell me that the same larval worm-like things that were internally torturing people, the things that turned around and killed a whole monster that were gutting people like fish, these things just up and vanished from a locked room? I would be losing my mind. I'd be like, y'all, I'm gonna go live in the woods. I don't know. I'm not living around there. No. Are they invisible? Like, can they teleport? I got questions. Tabitha reaches for a picture of a tower that appears to be a lighthouse. Victor explained that that's where his mom went the night when all the bad things happened to go save the children. Okay, so we're right back at it again, and I'm telling y'all, this feels way more clear now with the whole role theory. And look, either there is an experiment going on or there's some sort of pattern happening. But it seems like now the role that Tabitha is trying to fit into is the same role as Victor's mom. I mean, his mom probably, heard those ashy kids calling her. And so she went to the lighthouse to go save them. Maybe she died along the way. Obviously, she ain't come back. But also, not too long ago, Ethan did say that they're all on a quest. And I told y'all to always listen to what Ethan said. And when you go, he also said, when you go on a quest, you usually have to save someone, right? And it looks like she has to go save those grimy kids. But how is she going to get to the lighthouse? Well, that's anyone's guess. Boyd and Kenny finally burn up Joker Face's body. He dead. As they head back into town, Kenny can hear the cicadas getting louder. Just then, one of the town residents comes out of the house screaming for help, and he's all covered in blood. Okay, let's have a moment of silence for one of the scariest monsters in TV history. Here's to Smiley, aka Joker Face. Okay, so about them cicadas. They are back. I don't like it, and they seem like they're going to be a real problem. I mean, look, the guy that was covered all in blood, we heard like all the noise that these things were making. I'm still wondering how they escaped the locked room, but we saw that they clearly have the potential of harming people in their sleep like they did with Kenny earlier. Could they be attacking now the town residents already? I mean, could they just be a sign of something even darker to come? Donna heads back to Colony House, but she's met up by Chris Garage Sale Evans. Later, Jim goes back into the woods and heads for the RV. He hears Donna call out his name. When he approaches, he finds out that she's been tied to the tree by none other than evil Chris Evans himself.
New plan.
Oh, hell no! What? What? You see? Y'all thought it was all jokes when I was calling him evil Chris Evans. Y'all thought I was playing. I told you, I had a feeling about this. I've been calling it from the beginning. This man is evil. What are you doing? You knocked Donna upside her head too and tied her up like this? What? Oh my God. No, Buddy got to go. He's got to go. My man was like, I don't care. I'm just going to be a true villain. You got to go. Unless, let me just point this out. Could Donna be the actual mole? Now hear me out. Evil Chris Evans wants to leave her out there and see what the monsters do to her. This would actually test out his so-called experiment theory. Well, I mean, think about it. If Donna survives the night, then that would confirm that she is the mole. But if she dies, then, well, they pretty much just murdered her for nothing. But you know what? I don't think that Jim would let this happen, right? I mean, like, he can't let this ride, right? Like, he just can't stand there and watch Donna die. I mean, then again, evil Chris Evans has a whole big old knife on him and everything. And something tells me that Jim isn't much of a fighter either. So I'm a little worried about Donna right now. I mean, what do y'all think is going to happen to her? Do y'all think that Donna could be the mole, or do you think that this is a huge misunderstanding? All right, that's the end of the episode. Now's the time when I give you guys my rating for this episode. I think that on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was good. People are starting to show their true colors, and I am very curious to see what the deal is with these cicadas or if there's more to it. All right, so guys, we only have 2 more episodes left to go before season 2 is all over, and I'm gonna say this. I think they need to step it up. I think that they really need to bring this home the way that they did in the last season. Now, so far, this season has struggled a bit. I mean, the best episodes were probably the first 2 episodes, and then episode 6 with, when they first, my blood is your blood and all that stuff. That was good. That was one of the best. So I'm hoping that these last 2 episodes turn it up a notch, and I'm hoping that they deliver, because y'all, we need answers. We need a lot more answers. Anyway, you tell me, what did you rate this episode on a scale from 1 to 10? And what are you hoping for to happen next episode? Now, just because I like y'all and because y'all are good people, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of what's to come next week. And I'm not talking about the next episode. I'm talking about from a special guest that I had the privilege of speaking to. So before I leave, let me just say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications because you don't want to miss when I drop new videos. And guys, I will see y'all next episode. Check this out.
Let's start off with your character Randall, right? I mean, what makes this who is Randall to you, and what makes him so compelling?
So who's Randall to me? I can't answer that bit because the compelling bit, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. To me, Randall is a dude that he's a pragmatist. And he's efficient. and he dances to his own tune, and might have a problem with authority. But like, yeah, he's very efficient, and he's like that one guy that if you call him up and you're in a spot of bother and you're like, mate, I need your help, he will do the things that you don't want to do in order to help you out. Like he's that kind of guy. But the trick is, it's like you've got to be close to him and lucky enough for him to want to give you the time of day. But those people that, he doesn't have many of those people that are close to him, but I think those that are close to him, he would just, go to the end of the earth for, you know what I mean?
If you're new here and you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out the next time I drop a video. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.